Teddy and I were playing a late night game of pool a few years ago. If I won, you had to be an Arizona Cardinals fan, and if I lost, I had to be a Packers fan. I welched on the bet. Never cheered for the Packers. But to stick it to them, I figured I'd be a Packers fan today, but found the most nondescript, low-key Packers hat I could find. And Teddy hated Aaron Rodgers, so just to stick it to him. My name is Nick. I'm Teddy Kissel. He's my first cousin once removed. I'm not a Yooper, but Yoopers welcomed me and took me in. And over time, from an outsider's perspective, I've learned a bit of what it means to be a Yooper. Yoopers are tough. They work hard, they hustle and they grind. They have rugged hides weathered by the cold and souls guided by a compass passed down through the generations. They don't bitch, they don't complain. Yoopers are grateful. Yoopers are glass half full. They value the concept of a tribe. They're the first to welcome an outsider into their community. Yoopers can read a person's true intentions and their heart, and they never bullshit. Yoopers only really talk about the weather because they have to. They will be honest, and they will tell you tough truths, and you accept it because you know they've accepted theirs. They have character and can identify it in others. They work hard and they play hard. Yoopers know how to get up early in the morning and celebrate their accomplishments till late. They look to the east and to the west and wonder why we get carried away with such stupid things and not appreciate the pure and the true that surrounds us all. Yoopers have clear eyes and full hearts. They can truly absorb and appreciate the beauty around them. Yoopers are self-made, yet they are community-raised. They respect and honor their elders and counsel and guide their young. Yoopers know how to love, and they know how to care. They are in tune with the earth and respect and treasure her gifts. Yoopers go to work in the cold darkness and drive home and it's still. But they know the sun will come up tomorrow. They know the sun will rise. Yoopers are good people, and Teddy Kissel was a good Yooper. When Teddy was 12, he was upset about how my grandfather handled the sale of the family home. He walked across the bay from Lawrence to Baraga, knocked on the door, and proceeded to cuss out RJO for 5 minutes. I don't know many people from Baraga who ever talked to Russ Osterman that way. But then again, Teddy's from Lawrence. Teddy said that for him, high school was just like the movie Days of Confused, and that he was the quarterback who refused to fall in line and kowtow to his coach. Bright and gifted, yet rebellious and a free spirit. Others may have wanted Teddy to be a certain way, to fall into the trappings of peer pressure and the desire to fit in, but he always stayed true to himself. Teddy never compromised his integrity in order to get ahead and profit by stepping on others. And as he told me, he had many opportunities to do so through the years. But Teddy was steadfast and had, honestly and truly, no regrets. None. Teddy knew he was flawed, but he could look himself in the mirror every day. Teddy blazed his own trail, and he earned every little thing he got. All that being said, I've heard Teddy was a crazy SOB back in the day.
Nah.
Anyone who spent time with my grandmother when she was up here probably did so at the casino. She was notorious for handing out cash to those who came with her with the understanding they could keep whatever they won. Teddy joined her one night and they had a rip-roaring good time, just the two of them. Teddy won a lot of money, and at the end of the night, he handed the money back to Louise. She lost it and was furious. Don't know many people who ever turned down the Weezer. I got to know Teddy for the first time 5 years ago when I moved here for the winter. I was escaping my problems and was not in a good place. And when you're in that place, the mornings can be a dark time. But at the kitchen counter every morning, there would be Teddy, ready for our coffee and cigarettes. For 3 months of my life, my day started with 30 minutes of Teddy Kissel wisdom, standing next to the heater in the garage. Teddy never once judged me. We were from different worlds, but he welcomed me into his with open arms. Teddy possessed the gift of true perspective. His superpower was the ability to step into your shoes, take a walk around the block, and lovingly lift you up so you can walk on your own again. When you're depressed, you can't imagine anyone stepping into your darkness, nor do you want them to. But Teddy didn't let me isolate. He gave me the encouragement I didn't think I deserved. Teddy jumped straight into the deep end of the pool and pulled me out. There was no mouth to mouth. He supported me and he validated my feelings. He normalized my struggles and was always positive. Teddy tethered me to the reality that I was aimlessly hovering over, and he brought me back down to earth, where he was. Once he resuscitated my spirit and I was strong enough, he was not afraid to be blunt with me. And because he had already gained my trust, I soaked up everything and applied his wisdom immediately. I never doubted, nor did I ever question something Teddy Kissel said. My admiration of him grew to the point that I took everything Teddy said as gospel. I don't think I ever witnessed Teddy lie or be deceptive. Mark Twain said, "If you always tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything." Teddy didn't have to keep track of his lies because his journey had none. We were both proud to be our grandfather's grandson. We were both our grandfather's buddy. And Teddy's raised mine. They were our heroes, our confidants, and our biggest fans. We both lived with them for an extended period at our family homes, and both cherished the time we had with them. Our grandfather set the bar for us for what it means to be a man. Once during their time together, Grandpa Oshman got a call from my grandma, where she invited him to visit them in California. "Sounds great. I'll bring Teddy." Well, I don't know if that's such a good idea. Well, if Teddy ain't good enough to go, then neither am I, and he hung up the phone. They were ride or die. Teddy was proud to be a Kissel and proud to be an Osterman. We would sit in the cold garage at the old Osterman home, and he would proudly tell stories of all the things on the wall. It was a museum of our heritage, and he was the tour guide. He was the old man from a book called The Giver. He was tasked with being the steward of the stories of our past, passing them down to the young. And now it is the duty of all of us in this room to continue that work for him. Teddy loved you very much, Uncle Bob. All fathers and sons butt heads, but between you two is always a mutual respect. As time flies by, all a father can ask for is a relationship with their son later in life. And you had that tenfold with Teddy. You were old friends. Teddy was a good person and an old soul, and that's because you guided him to be that way. Teddy's calm and reassuring demeanor was passed down from his father. You taught him to walk the walk, not talk. Carrie, you were your brother's best friend. Partners in crime and buddies forever. You were always his little sister, and he always felt he had a duty to protect you. You knew Teddy better than anyone ever did, and you were his rock. You are forever linked. You can't tell the story of one of you without the other. Spiritual Siamese twins. Teddy thought it was weird that other people weren't as close to their siblings as you two were. It was a given for him that you take care of your sister. That bond is ironclad and unbreakable. You are a tattoo on his heart no laser can remove. He was proud to be your big brother, very proud. Teddy never lost grasp of what it's like to be a child. He loved his kids very much, very much. He bent down, got down on one knee, got on their level, and spoke their language. Zach, your dad spoke of you with such admiration then. It was part fatherly pride, but more so it was the respect of a peer, an equal, and a friend. He saw you as a fellow man, independent and reliable. He couldn't have asked for more. He told me he wasn't bummed that he missed Darren's bachelor party because there was nowhere he'd rather be than hunting with you. He thought you were pretty cool. Aaliyah, your dad was your biggest fan. He had his struggles and you've had yours. And to see you become the woman you've become made his heart feel so full. He raised you and in turn you took care of him. What you will carry on is his strength, determination, and his belief that things tend to unfold as they should. Carter, you are your dad's favorite.
Just the truth.
You're his little baby forever, man. You were his world. Your highs were his highs, and your lows were his as well. He fucking loved you, man. The day you look in the mirror and see the splendor he saw in you, you'll take over the world. After I moved back west, Teddy would call me a couple times a month. He'd be on his break on a double shift, having a smoke by the car. We'd talk and catch up for about 20 minutes at midnight my time. No matter how tired I was, you always call when your big brother, you always answer when your big brother calls. Teddy wasn't my cousin, he wasn't my uncle. He was the big brother I've been searching for my entire life. And I found him just in time. Teddy and I knew how to have a good time now. On his birthday 5 years ago, we went to the casino. We snagged our Budweiser tall boys and proceeded to win a ton of money. The dealer was all depressed and he was cheering against us because they get pulled off their rotation if they give away too much money. And we supplied him with some much needed time off. We then went to the sidetrack to celebrate, and Teddy bought the whole bar a couple rounds. The Louise Osterman in me inspired us to go back to the casino. And we won some more. When I woke up in the morning, Teddy waddled his ass across the lawn, all fired up. I can't fucking believe it. I woke up this morning with $1,000 in chips in my pocket. I didn't lose it all. Fuck yeah, buddy. Teddy took me to his camp during the winter. We were there for 3 nights, and like clockwork, twice each night, we would both go out on the porch at the same time, take a piss in the snow, and have a smoke. We'd smirk when we saw each other and not say a word. With a real friend, you can share the silence for a long time. And those nights were really quiet. It was really foggy one night when I was visiting a few years ago. We grabbed some beer and we listened to his favorite music on the deck until the sun rose. He absolutely loved music. He told stories of his favorite radio station, tape recording his collection, and road tripping just to see Pink Floyd play The Wall in Milwaukee. Music ignited his soul and guided his heart. My friends came up with me one summer, and on the last night, Teddy took us to the fireworks stand, and we bought about $800 worth of fireworks. On a Thursday night, 2 weeks after the 4th of July, we decided to light up the midnight sky. A neighbor sped down the street, slammed his door, and started yelling at us as he approached. Teddy, with his arm in his sling, was just laughing at him in his face. And when that guy didn't appreciate it, Teddy started talking some major shit. And he was ready to get froggy. I mean, he was ready to go. It was awesome. The last time I saw Teddy was a few months ago. He was on his yearly trip to Arizona, and we hung out for about 4 days. 2 of those days were spent sitting on Cindy's back patio, just listening to music, just talking. We later went out to Dean's big old party boat. The sun-filled day ended with 2 women who jumped on the back of the boat, dancing all over Teddy. He was bawling out, dancing his ass off, smiling that shit-eating grin of his. The next day, he came to my place, and we went out to go see a Led Zeppelin cover band, one of the first ones after COVID. There were chairs, roped-off areas, social distancing, the whole nine. It was pretty subdued in there. But there was Teddy, rocking out, dancing through the aisles, talking to everyone in the place, just busy being present and in the moment. I knew the guys who were the opening band, so we were hanging out with them after the show. I remember scanning the circle and thinking, this is a cool night and a cool situation with cool people, and Teddy's still the coolest guy here. We then woke up Easter morning, super hungover, as all lapsed Catholics do. We limped across town to the Alexanders, and Teddy started the process of making his perfect barbecue ribs. But I was hurting, and I had to call it a night. When I told Teddy I had to go home, he didn't give me any shit about it. He knew our time was done. He just hugged me and told me he loved me. Teddy was always the one who called me. I rarely called him. The night before I got the news, I legit and for real thought about calling him. But I was tired and I didn't. I wish I did. Sometimes you don't fully appreciate the people around you, and it takes an observant outsider to give you perspective. My best friend, Greg, hung out with Teddy and I about 5 times over the last few years. And they meshed immediately, like they had known each other their whole lives. They connected on many levels, childhood experiences, their shared moral compass, and even their mutual crush on the lead singer of The Pretty Reckless. 2 of my best friends became best friends. Greg later told me, that guy is the most grounded, most down-to-earth person I've ever met. My life's only goal is to become like Teddy Kissel. Greg was the first person I called when I heard the news of Teddy's passing. When I came home later that night, I found Greg despondent on the couch. He had been crying all day. He spoke of the long, impactful conversations they had, just the 2 of them, and how much Teddy meant to him. He said Teddy once told him, "I'm no better than anyone else, nor am I any less than anyone else. I'm the same." Teddy was supposed to move to Arizona in a couple years. Most of the families in the West Valley, but I was starting to convince him to come out live near me. But like Carter told me the other day, we would have gotten in so much trouble if he lived near me. Teddy would have gone from correctional officer Kissel to inmate 562. Teddy never went to my grandparents' place in Pasadena, but he's there now. They're all around the kitchen counter, sitting on those red stools. The salads are made, Jeopardy is on, and the sun is setting outside the window. Grandpa Osherman is finishing his cigar, and Russ is shaking the salad dressing bottle. Uncle Mike and Diane are flipping through pictures from Darren's wedding, and Louise is standing in front of them all, behind the counter, tapping her nails on the black granite, bitching about Bernie Sanders. And on the end is Aunt Lou, glowing bright, happy to be with her son again. He's standing next to her, leaning against the end of the counter, like all Kissels do. He's sipping his bud, laughing his laugh, just taking it all in. His body no longer aches, he is no longer tired, he is happy. Forever the coolest guy in the room.
Well, he's going to lose this game. And when he loses this game, he's going to become a hardcore Packer fan, not an Arizona Cardinal fan.
Okay.
That's pretty much simple. If not, and I lose this game, what, am I supposed to be an Arizona fan? Then fine. I've been on the underside of the Packer fans for many years, so let's go for it. So let's go play the game, Nick. Let's take care of this situation.
Tell us what you're gonna do.
Combination 1, 5 into the corner.
And this is the 5 right here. So we're gonna make both those.
No, just one of them.
Which one?
The 5. What do you say? Applause or what?